All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. A busy year here of events in the store. I think we've sold out just about every event we have done. And this event, kind of a pre-event for our Share Strength event. Giuseppe Santarelli, the representative from Avignonesi in the United States of America, was in town for our event. And I said, man, we should do a little event for, a few people, a few of our serious wine drinking people here the night before. And what a great little turnout and a great evening, and all of the wines showed up, including a few extra wines. You know, at the Wine Watch, you're going to get extra. I mean, you're not going to get less than what's advertised. You're always going to get more because people like more. And this event for the money, man, what a great night this turned out to be. And we tried all the new releases from Avignonesi Winery, and Giuseppe sent us a few things which I think may be available, actually. 2005 Desiderio and the Vino Noble in Magnum format. These wines were just singing. The new release 2011 Vino Noble and Rosso di Montepulciano, both of these wines excellent. In 2011, a more forward and a very generous vintage, really drinkable. The 2010 Vino Noble got some big accolades from the Wine Spectator and sold out very quickly. In 2009, they didn't make any wine. They wanted to make a statement, this new family that bought this property in 2009. So they completely revamped everything. Didn't release any wines in 2009. And in 2010, like I said, got huge press and big rewards for it. You know, this is a winery that's very well known. One of the oldest wineries in the region. You know, they're known as the people from Avignon, the name Avignonesi. I think that's where the story goes anyways. And with this Rosso di Montepulciano, 70% of the wine has got to be Sangiovese or Prunolo Gentile, which is the clone of Sangiovese in this part of Tuscany. And, I always like to say Vino Noble di Montepulciano, Rosso di Montepulciano, two of the greatest values. You get a wine that's similar in quality to Brunello di Montalcino, more drinkable at an early age. You don't have to be kept for 5 years by law, just 2. And also has the ability to age. You have the best of both worlds with this DOCG. And then Cortona right next door, some outstanding wines. This winery, Avignonesi, owns 500 acres between the two appellations. And like I said, some really good Merlot, some of the best Merlot made in Tuscany from Cortona, this Desiderio wine. So we started out with the 11 Rosso. And this wine, like I said, very forward. And you get a lot of nice red berry fruit in here. In the past, they used to have a little Canaiolo and Colorino, traditional grapes, but they spent a lot of money and they did some research and they hired some people from the University of Bordeaux to tell them, hey, this land's the best for Sangiovese. Rocket scientists here. You're in Tuscany. What do you think you're going to grow better here in Sangiovese? Anyways, they got Cabernet Merlot on the property too, but Sangiovese is what they're going to focus on because the soils here are perfect for this varietal. Hey, it's only an hour away from Montalcino, but like I said, very different wines, much more approachable. And, this wine really singing right now, the 11 Rosso. Just lovely, juicy red berry fruit, soft, silky tannins, very easy drinking. A great little entry-level Sangiovese for $20. Really good juice. The Vino Noble 2011, same vintage, 100% Prunolo Gentile. Also has a lot of that classic wild strawberry, tart red cherry fruit, a host of herbs, some sage, some porcini mushrooms. You notice definitely a step up in concentration and richness in this wine. A little tar, some light smoky aromas, and dried meats starting to come out of this wine as it opens up. Lovely richness and concentration on the tongue with layers of that earth and herb and fresh berry fruit. Really lovely balance and nuance on the finish. This wine really over-delivers for $32. Wow, an excellent example of a Vino Noble here. And a wine that you could probably keep for, 5-10 years in your cellar, and a great vintage like 2010, maybe even longer. The 2005 Vino Noble out of Magnum. So it's wonderful freshness to this wine. And this wine has got a little Merlot and Cabernet in the blend. And most people don't realize this DOCG is actually older than Brunello di Montalcino. And lovely, soft, and elegant feeling to this wine on the palate. Notes of that earthy mushroom. Notes to the plum and cherry fruit. Really nice. Drinking really nicely, but still it's got wonderful freshness. You could keep this wine for possibly another 10 years, especially in Magnum format. Really nicely balanced, excellent juice. And like I said, we're going to check if these are available. We'll get you a price on these because I love Magnums. That is the perfect size bottle for a party of 4, 6, 8 people. You get just one glass out of it, so you need like a 3-liter bottle. Anyways, the 2010 Desiderio, this is from their vineyards in Cortona, which is right next door, but they've got this blue clay soil, which is perfect for Merlot. Desiderio is the name of that famous bull that lived on the estate. You can see him on the label there. And, this bull was used for breeding, so he was a big guy. You know, that's what made the beefsteak of Florentine famous, bowls like this. And this wine has got the lovely dark earth and a forest floor-like aromas to the dark plum and blueberry fruit here on the nose. Intense with notes of mocha, fine herbs, wonderful complexity here, big and chunky on the tongue. But, you know, Merlot doesn't have the tannins, the harsh tannins that Cabernet does. This one has a lovely silkiness to it. And even though it's 2010, really drinks showing nicely right now. Nice freshness, though, but one of the things Merlot has got great acidity, so this wine will age. Most excellent juice. One of my favorite wines on the table, the 2010 Desiderio. But up next, the 2005 Merlot, which this wine's showing a little bit of evolution here, but silky smooth tannins, notes of that dark cocoa and dark earth on the finish. And, you know, the fruit here, like I said, starting to show a little evolution, but still a lot of nice fruit, plum and cherry, holding the acidity, holding things together really nicely here. Excellent juice. And then the wine of the night, the Griffey, which got like 4 votes for first place, the most votes by far. And, well, you know, the Desiderio, I think, got 3, but all these wines got a vote at least. Well, I voted for the Desiderio 2010. Nobody else did. And for the 2004 Annata, which Jim brought. Thank you very much, Jim. You know, the best wine of the night was not this Griffey, unfortunately. It was the 2004 Reserva Grand Annati, which was outstanding. But hey, it wasn't on the sheet, so most people didn't feel like they could vote for it. And also, the Vinsanto wasn't on the sheet, which I corrected everybody after I brought out the last wine, which really, to me, was the wine of the night. But the Griffey, a blend of 60% Sangiovese and 40% Cabernet, got the most votes here. And, you know, they stopped making this wine in 1996 because of the demand from Vino Nobile was so high. And, well, they purchased some extra land and stuff, so they have more fruit. And it's a blend of the best Sangiovese and the best Merlot from the 2 different vineyard sites in Cortona and in Montepulciano. And this wine's got it loaded with dark currant, dark cherry fruit, licorice spice, rosemary, fine herbs, lots of everything. Nice complexity here and very rich here, the most decadent of all the noses here. Lovely richness on the palate. And, you know, this wine just really young. 2010, a great vintage for Tuscan. These wines need time, but a long mineral lace finish, a lot of that spice and earth note that defines these Tuscan wines on the finish. Most excellent juice. And like I said, the Grand Annati, wow, thank you, Jim. This one was only 75% Sangiovese. The rest, Cabernet Sauvignon. And it made again in 2007, and then the next time in 2011, so 3 or 4 times a decade this wine is released. And wow, just lovely bouquet here. Dark cocoa, spices, herbs, really big and chewy wine. Even though it's 10 years old, still lots of tannins here. Really well built, layers of everything through the finish here. This wine coming together nicely, even better on the second day. Like I said, a candidate for wine of the night. Definitely should have been on everybody's scorecard, but you know, nobody thought they could vote for it because it was an extra wine. And then this Vinsanto, this wine is killer. God, it's sweet style of Trebbiano, Malvasia, and Grechetto. And the mother yeast here has been passed down from generation to generation for decades here. And this wine's kept in cask for 3 years. Well, it's ferments for 3 years, kept in cask for 13 years. And, I mean, just an incredible level of complexity here. Figs, dates, dried exotic fruit. You know, it goes from 50 liters to 20 liters while in cask, so it gets reduced by more than half. And this lovely, silky, velvety, smooth texture, layers of brown spice, and wow, just incredible sweetness here, but also wonderful acidity, a long, layered finish, very exotic and long. Seems to go on and on and on. $236 for a half bottle. Hey, that's just about what Chateau can cost, and I would have to say, man, this wine will not disappoint any sweet wine or any wine lover to begin with. This wine is killer juice, and that lasts forever. One of the greatest things about the world's great sweet wines. That's what we had to drink with our friend Giuseppe Santorelli from Avignonesi Winery. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.